My warmest greetings to viewers. You're welcome to Let's Discuss program on OSBC TV. There's no doubt that most Nigerians are always at the receiving end of many economic policies unveiled by the federal government towards making the nation better. We shall be deliberating on the program today, examining high cost of living, the anticipated solutions and measures put in place by the government in order to make life more comfortable for the people and as well as the small and medium scale enterprises. My name is Adebare H. Makde and I have my colleagues with me here.
Thank you very much. Yes, my name is Olu Olujide and welcome to today's edition of Let's Discuss. As he rightly put it, the masses are always the ones to bear the brunt of the harsh economic realities of the policies of government. And it's not only the masses, small and medium scale industries also. Manufacturers are already lamenting and complaining that the country is not favorable to entrepreneurs. So we have a guest in the house who will be discussing this with us and the way forward. He is the president of Osun State Chambers of Commerce, Industry, Mines and Agriculture, Dr Olu Olujide. You're welcome to the program, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you very much.
Now, when we talk about business environment, having a favorable business environment towards the growth of business, what exactly do we mean by that?
Yeah, thank you very much. When you talk about business or businesses are like human beings. They have their own life too. Just like individuals have life, we breathe in, we breathe out. So also businesses do. And for us as human beings to live conveniently, we need a very good environment. We need a peaceful environment. Any toxic environment is not good for our health. So also the business. The difference is that business cannot open its mouth to talk, just like we do.
Okay.
So in the business world, we say they are artificial persons. And there is no way that by the time you go deep, you will realize that there are some people behind business. So in business, we believe that business is a separate entity, just like the owners of the business. So business needs a very conducive environment to operate so as to achieve the purpose of which that business was established.
How favorable is the business environment in the country?
I won't say that it's toxic or not.
Okay.
But at the same time, the business environment in our nation, Nigeria, is not encouraging business to live long. However, we still have businesses that are, still coping within that situation that we find ourselves. So, the business environment in Nigeria majorly affect those businesses that they have not even gotten to maturity stage. Because when you establish your business, there are different levels of measurement. So it's just like a baby. When a baby is between 0 and 5, we say that child is most vulnerable. Malaria can knock that child down at any time because the immune system of that child is not as strong as that of adults. So mortality rate is high. So that is why different vaccines will be given to every child before they reach 2 years, I think so. So also in business, the mortality rate in business, especially business between 0 and 5 years, is more than 90%.
You mean the survival rate?
Yes. So, I mean, out of 100 businesses that you establish, less than 10 cross the border of celebrating 50 years.
Wow.
So what happened to the 90%? Because of the environment. But how did other 10 make it to cross the border? That is why I said I won't say that the environment is totally bad. At least we still have some that are still, making it.
Okay. Now, why we're actually, focusing more on this, because everybody knows these days the white collar jobs are not there. And government has been trying to encourage entrepreneurship, encourage people to learn skills and start doing something on their own, and expecting that, or hopefully that such skilled works will take them out of poverty. Now we are talking about business encountering challenges and not moving it to the other stage. When you want to establish a business as a young graduate that just learns a skill.
Fortunately, most of our people or potential entrepreneurs, the reason why they made up their mind to go into business, the vision or the reason were not clearly stated. Situation led them to do it. And when you want to go into business, you must have intrinsic, motivation.
Such as?
The interest that, okay, there is problem of scarcity of tomatoes in my community.
Okay.
In this area, Osun State or Southwest, we eat tomatoes from the north. This is not, why can't we grow tomatoes here? I want to solve this problem. That must come from within.
Okay.
That's intrinsic. But what most people rely on, or what motivates them, is extrinsic. Oh, there is money in tomato, I'm going to eat. There is money in this, I'm going to eat. So along the line, something will frustrate them out of it. But that thing, that internal motivation is not there to live, to sustain any hurdles that they encounter along the line. So that's one. Government is encouraging entrepreneurship. Of course, it's the way out. In fact, the USA we are talking today, the backbone of the economy is these SMEs. In Nigeria today, the number of people employed as a result of SMEs is greater than the number of, when you do the aggregation of employees that we have in Nigeria, we have more of people that are employed through SMEs. But the encouragement given to them, we need to start from the production, the factory, where our graduates are being produced, our universities, our polytechnic and others. There was a time that one of our leaders in this country said, most of our graduates are not employable. So when you are not employable, how will you even be able to start your own business? Because that skill that you need, you are lacking it. So for you to go into entrepreneurship, there is no way you sustain it. So it's a good effort that government is promoting it. But at the same time, there are a lot of wasted effort. They've spent a lot to promote youth entrepreneurship. But when you compare it with the result, it is not, when you compare what you've spent so far, so we're supposed to have gone beyond this level here. So investment in entrepreneurship is good, but the methodology, the approach that we use, is very important to take note of that.
Okay, you've made a valid point that can help towards fast-tracking the economic growth of the country. Why is it that most of the graduates are not employable? What must be done?
Thank you very much. That's another issue. Unfortunately, we appreciate a quantity, more than quality in this part of the world? I don't know. We celebrate money. We celebrate people that can live, that can show off. But the quality, we give little time, to quality. The curriculum that we use to train our students is faulty. Now, this is the way it works. We have input. The input will pass through a process. Then what comes out of that process is the output. Then when you are setting your input, when you are to process your input, already you have a target. But by the time you process this input, this is what will come out. Are they doing that in the university? For instance, university is expected to be a bank of knowledge. When you are having issue with a particular problem, you go to university. This is the problem I'm facing in my market, in my business. I want you to help me to find solution to it. That is why they do research. But why are they doing research today? For promotion. I want to become professor. I want to improve in my career. So the evidence-based research is being lacked. So your graduate, for instance, if your university, like a particular university, let's say the 400 level students, let's say in accounting department, for instance, let's say we have 500 accounting students that will be graduating by December this year. Okay. Now, that university, have they confirmed that next year or a year after, next year they go for service. A year after, Nigeria will need 500 accountants. There is no research, no study. So there is no plan for what we are inputting. So then those people that are also processing the input, there is fault there. So because most of them also pass through that faulty process. Imagine, I won't mention the name of the school. I was there, I went there for master's program. And when my professor came into the hall, he carried his book like this, and he faced the board. And he said, he was backing us. And he said, don't ask me how I arrived at this formula. And he was writing. And I was there, I was like, Olujide, you are just wasting your time. You will not be able to ask questions. And you have other things that you can do. Me, I left that class. So other people, they copy. So when the exam call, they ask, then you write it back. And they will mark it for you.
Word for word.
Zero. We are not, that will never take us to anywhere. Now, if you know it very well, and you score third class, they will not celebrate you. But if what you do is copy and paste and you have first class, they will be celebrating you. I'm not saying that first class is not good. But the process. University, the regulating body of university, NUC, says give quotas to each university. Don't admit more than so number of students in this faculty. But at the end of the day, they do more than that. Why? Now, today we say university is underfunded. So they are not funding them as expected. So how do you expect them to get money to fund their project? Definitely they will compromise. So when we are doing all this, at the end of the day, our product will bear the immediate body. So when they get to our society, then they transfer it to the society. That's why I say not every graduate is graduate. So the curriculum we are using need a total overhaul. The industry, the academia, they need to sit together. This is what we need in industry. Then go and develop a curriculum that will be suitable, that at the end of the day when you produce your product, then I will employ that person. When you go to different university today, you see Center for Entrepreneurship Development. You see gigantic building. What are they doing? Most of them are producing you. They are producing butter. They are producing. Is that what we call entrepreneurship? Those are just vocational skills.
Okay.
Yes.
So tell us the difference between vocational skills and entrepreneurship.
Oh my goodness. Now, entrepreneurship is, let me put it this way. The way you practice your business with the intention of solving problems,
Okay.
at which money comes to your pocket. The way you do it. So I can be a shoemaker, but the way I do my shoemaking would say that, oh, he is an entrepreneur, not a businessman, or not a cobbler or whatever.
Okay, more like adding value to the business of shoemaking.
Yes. For instance, if I'm into business of shoemaking, all right, I would define my market. Who are the people? You know, when I cited the example of tomatoes the other time, you must identify a problem first.
Okay.
Not because of frustration, not because of clinical. You must have a good reason that, oh, these are the issue. For instance, if you've noticed that most people prefer to buy their shoes, Italian shoes, and you know that you have the skills to produce that shoes here, then you now find a way. And now that we are promoting local content, we are promoting Nigerian use, so you want to leverage on that. So easily you will get government approval, you will get SON approval. Now, and you are producing it in such a way that it will be very difficult to distinguish between Italian and the one you're producing. So that means quality matters. For those people that want to make money, they are not after quality. Then you also define your market. Me, I will not sell to those people that are working at OSBs because they will not be able to afford my shoes. But I would like to produce for bankers, for that and the rest. You define your market. Then how did they get it? I'm only promoting my market on internet, on social media. So you define it in such a way that the quality of services coming from your home will, determine whether you are just a business owner or an entrepreneur. So when you have the skill, you are just just a skilled person in that area. Today there are many mechanics on the roadside. If we have 10 automobile mechanics here, engineer here or technician here in Osun, if we have 10 in Oshogbo here, maybe just only one is entrepreneur. And you will see the way he does his work. I've been telling people that very soon I will start Bali business. You see? Just the difference in that area.
Like roaster plantain?
I'll be roasting plantain.
Okay.
Because some people like to eat that natural food. But the way I will be doing my own will be quite different from those ones that everybody will just come, will check and say how much is this, how much of that. No, my own will not be like that. Then I will define those people that will be coming to buy from me. That's entrepreneurship. Some they want to buy ball, but because of the environment where you are selling, they find it difficult to come out of their car to buy from them. That's entrepreneurship. And I will be making cold money more than them. That's what we are talking about. So what they are teaching, what most of them are teaching our students in the university, they are just to learn a skill. In fact, let me say this. Every graduate, at the end of your university education, you must have a business proposal. Yes, you must have a business proposal. Bank of Industry provides avenue for graduates to come for loan.
You're right.
They only ask them to use their certificate as collateral. But if you don't have a bankable proposal, You don't have a good plan.
So the driver must be here to be self-reliant.
So they won't give you money. So before you graduate, please, our universities, polytechnics, make sure that your graduates have business proposal before they finish their studies. Then you will say, oh, I am done. I am now a microbiologist. This is a plan. If I'm able to get a job, then I implement this business proposal. That's what it should be.
All right. Well, what are the other challenges hindering the growth of micro and small medium enterprises in the country?
Yes, the challenges facing SMEs in the country, these challenges are divided into two. We have macro and the micro. So the macro aspects, they are not within the capacity of SMEs to solve. But the micro, these are issues within you. I suppose you have capacity to solve. Now let me start from the macro, because that's what most of business owners look at or discussing on often and often.
Okay.
They will leave their own personal issue and they'll be talking about that one. For business to succeed, like I said the other time, needs an enabling environment. And that role is within the purview of government. It is only government that can do that. So, in Nigeria, we have infrastructure deficit. Power supply is an issue. The recent hike, not even hike, don't let me say that. Remover. Thank you, I like that.
Remover.
Subsidy remover affected those people who rely mostly on the use of generator, to power their machines. Because most of our SMEs live on a little margin profit. Now, when this removal of subsidy came down, it affected that little margin of profit. And another issue about our SMEs is that they are very, very sensitive to economic decisions. Any small thing that happens like this, it affects SMEs. So as soon as the removal of subsidy was pronounced or the price of fuel went up, then the prices of products change. But not for there are some companies that up to now, they've not changed their prices. Because they are very big ones. Yes. For instance, the cost of cement, has it changed since the subsidy removal? No. But all those small businesses, the prices change automatically. You can just look at the transportation. Definitely, that's the way. So, enabling environment is an issue, and the infrastructure deficit. You need road. If you go to Osun, yeah, it's a rural state, and we have good land for agriculture. But you need to go far. But roads to those places are not motorable. So you have product there wasting. How do you get it to the town? How do you get it to cities? It's an issue. So in that area, SMEs need government to do that for them. Now, thank God that we now have electricity generation in concurrent list. So states can now generate and distribute power. So we hope that will also solve or contribute, to solve the problem of power supply. Then we say the process of getting certification for a product is cumbersome.
Okay.
If your product is not NAFDAC certified, I will not buy it. If your product is not SON compliance, I will not buy it. But what about the process of getting this done? It's cumbersome. that is why the last administration, did a one-stop registration process, whereby, led by former Vice President Oshibajo. He was moving from one state to another. So they will bring all SMEs together. Today, you must do your registration, you must do NAFDAC, you must do the blah blah. We don't need to do all this ones. We need to do it in a seamless way. You can even sit in the comfort of your room and get it done. How? Technology. You apply online. Online on their website, they will tell you the requirements. Then you go and provide it. You apply, you make necessary payment, then they schedule you for visit, verification. So they will come and check what you've claimed, the picture you've shown to them. That's it. But even laboratory that will do analysis for you, analysis of your product, every product must have an analysis report of that. They usually write it at the back of your product.
Yes.
They will have it here in Osun. As so recently I heard that there is one here. They will need to go to Yaba, Lagos, to go and do the analysis. So, macro level. But micro, that business that you are doing or that you want to do you even have skill to do that business? If you don't have it, then go back, go and learn how to do that business.
Or a borrowed idea.
Maybe. Then, management skill. That's even the number one.
Okay.
Management skill. Because the reason why we put management skill as number one and skill number two is that if you have management skill, you can bring a guy, you can bring a technician working for you. Yes, and you change the orientation of that guy. We call them intrapreneurs. They cannot establish business of their own, but they know how to do business for you in such a way that they do it like it is their own.
Okay.
So you bring somebody like that, come, but you now use management skill. So management skill, talking about conceptualization skill, how to generate idea, how to get things done, you need it. Communication skill, very important. So managerial skill, all these skills you must have it. So with that you'll be able to combine all your hands. Man, that is workers, money, machines, materials. And even the last one, which people are not taking note, is method.
Okay.
That method. I'm sorry to use the example. That is why Coca-Cola taste is different from Pepsi taste.
Just advertise for them.
The taste is different now, but you know the taste now. So one of them is managing the method. That Ashiri is managing it. So that makes that one to be relevant till tomorrow. So these are the things that you manage as a business owner. If you don't have management skills, go and learn it. And where will you go? Universities. I've just mentioned the issue facing universities, where they will only give you theoretical approach, where they will give you solution that is not realistic. That's an issue. So that's another problem. Then another issue is that face business to grow.
Yes.
The ability to differentiate between the business and the business ownership.
Oh.
Yes. See, when you make sales today, the sales is most of them, they don't pay themselves salaries. Let me put it that way. If you are not paying yourself salaries, you are just cheating your business. That business that you are doing, you are a worker to that business. You are a staff. So you're supposed to be collecting salary. I've been telling people, but they feel like, no, it's my own. Okay, I agree, it is your own. But this business employs you. So it pays, that company or that your business pays you every month. So you know the capacity, you know the level of income that you generate or revenue that you generate every week or monthly. Then upon that, use that to determine the amount that you'll be getting. So when you get your salary, so if you want to do a shabi, if you want to pay your children's school fee, you want to pay your rent, you pay from the salary, not from
the business money.
most of them, they do that.
Oh.
That's why their business died before 50th year anniversary. So they need to understand that. Then there's no friendship in business. Come and work it. Come and work it. The number of employees in the business is more than what you need. So idle time will be there, and idle time wasting of your revenue. The money coming in, you pay for nothing. So these are the issues facing businesses. And today, SMEs, if you say IT, you are not concerned about IT, very soon you will be outdated. You will not be relevant. Because today everything is IT. Even today we are talking about AI, artificial intelligence. You are still talking about how to send mails, how to send, you still find it difficult. No. So things are changing. Even these days, we now have robots that will be teaching at the university. Yes, I was so happy when I read that. Right. Yes. So, thank you.
All right, thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Exactly. Now, let me ask this.
Yeah.
Nigeria is going through so much challenges now, economic-wise, and because of the effect of the fuel subsidy removal, the purchasing power of the people have been reduced. And invariably, because we are talking about the cost of living, cost of production, and the survival of SMEs. Invariably, once the purchasing power has reduced, it will cut down the money we go to the market with and we purchase the name. You get somebody that will buy a bag of rice, and the bag of rice is expensive now, but it can cut down into half. Now, how do you think SMEs can survive in this kind of situation?
What we are currently facing in our nation, Nigeria, is not a permanent problem. It's not a problem that will be there forever.
Okay.
It is a kind of temporary, situation. So, and definitely, as SMEs or the business owners, what we need to do is that you find every possible means to reduce cost of production without compromising the quality. You used to have waste. Then go and check those places where you used to have waste and cover those areas. For instance, definitely you may not be able to increase salary of your workers. Because if you increase it, then you will increase the, the price of your product.
So wouldn't they request for pay rise when they have to pay more transportation to get to your work?
I understand.
Okay.
If your company, if you add to the salaries, then the cost of your product will go up. So the price will go up. And people that will buy your product will need to spend more to buy from you. Now, people are now using technology. People are now using alternative way of getting things done in such a way that cost of production is reduced.
Okay.
Then you need to make use of that as SMEs. For instance, as a management consultant, we bring people together in a 4-wall room like this to train. But we now do more of it online. We charge them less. So more people are coming for training. So companies are now willing to send their staff for capacity building. See the way we reduce cost. So you understand your business. You know the way your business goes. If you want to go to Abuja, from here you go by flight. Tell your staff now you go by road. If the assignment you want to go and do in Abuja is going to take place tomorrow, make sure you arrive at Abuja today or day before. These are the little things that you need to adjust, so that even when you add to the cost of your production, it will not be that high as the price of fuel has gone up. Because if care is not taken, you will go out of the market. Because the large scale companies, those that have capacity to produce large production, they will send you out of the market. So what you need to do is that study your environment, study your business, identify areas of gap where money is, where you waste money, the loopholes, thank you, cover all those areas. You don't need to sack your staff. But for you to adjust their salaries, because even the school fees of from nursery school has gone up. So maybe very soon landlords will begin to add to rent. Okay, so definitely the cost of living go up. So and the market women, they don't understand that what concerns them is that we bought it at higher price. So definitely we will sell it at this price. So don't tell us that your company has not increased your salary.
There's no permission before the increase.
Yes. But in essence, this problem is not what will last long. Yes, we pray that because the first subsidy that government has deliberately removed, yes, for the betterment of all. When you have an injury and that injury is being treated, there's no way you will not feel the pain. So after the treatment, then you sleep like a baby. But we don't want that. We didn't want that treatment. That is why we've been having the issue of subsidy for long. Remember 2012, they wanted to remove it. Some said no. Exactly. But now when they now understood the fact that no, there was a need.
No alternative down.
So definitely we will feel the pain. But it's not a bad pain. Yeah, there are some pain, they call it good pain. Okay. Yes, there are some, okay, when our mom is want to give back, that pain is a bad pain.
The temporary it is a bad pain.
As an moment, Nigerians, that's what we are passing through now. So we pray that our leaders are sincere with that intention. I'm very sure soon we will cross these hurdles.
All right, let's look at the ways by which government can intervene in promoting the economic development through assistance to SMEs. We heard about the survival fund sometimes from the federal government. What are the other areas by which the federal government can intervene, or government as a whole can intervene towards promoting economic development through SMEs?
There was a time that in this country that a project called Shopee. Okay. I think it's still on subsidy also. So they are plowing it back to carry out some project. Okay. This time around that a subsidy has been removed. So where is the money that you are keeping? You used to pay for us, but now you are not paying. So where is the money? Where is the money now? Are you keeping it for us? Yes. So if you are keeping it for us, then you need to identify those that are majorly affected by that decision of removing subsidy. Then you find a way. Unfortunately, we lack statistics here.
I was going to that.
That's another issue.
Exactly. I wanted to ask you how the way we begin to actually identify them when we do not have database.
So, for instance, the industry. When you are coming to Osun, as far as industry is concerned, you come to Osun Chamber of Commerce. We know those people that are doing businesses. Come through us. We will bring all our people together. give them this subsidy to support their businesses.
That will be the right channel.
I tell you, government, don't give them free money, but make sure that the interest is 1 digit. Give them a 1 year moratorium before they begin to pay back. Give them 5 years tenure. Because if you don't collect that money back, it's a waste. So that's the way you can invest that subsidy.
Okay.
Then the universities too. I know that they have their money from TED fund, but that money is not coming enough to support them. They need money to do quality research. Give them money to do research. Support them in such a way that the school, thank God they are giving them loan now, the students. Maybe the money will also come from part of subsidy, I don't know. So that will also help. Now, the actors in the business world, those are the people that I believe that the subsidy should be given to. So when you give, including market women,
Okay.
yes, it's not like you go to individual homes and you give them subsidy. You are just dashing out money. So when you give subsidy to those people that are playing one role or the other,
Okay.
because what you want to achieve is that let them bring down the cost of their price, their product, their services. The transportation association, give it to them to support them. But it shouldn't be a kind of Father Christmas money. Find a way of getting it. You can say, okay, the interest rate is 5%. Yes.
And when they get it, can be returned back.
Yes.
In the economy.
Yes. That's the way it should be.
20 years.
Because what they told us is that the rich benefited more from subsidy. But now they want the poor, the masses, in quotes, to benefit it. Which is a good intention. So, those people that are active in our economy, the actors in our economy, give the money to them. Don't make it a Father Christmas. Let them pay back.
Thank you very much. Yes, I understand that the labor unions are already in talks with the federal government to negotiate salary increments and all that. Now, your organization, your group, you have itemized how government can actually help your members to cushion the effect of the subsidy. Now, are you also having any talk with any governments at any level whatsoever?
Yes, at state level we work with, we engage our government at the state level.
Okay.
Chamber of Commerce has national association, and at that level we also engage the federal government. But our concern is that we are private sector. We are not a pressure group. We are not a political party. So we are not what do we call that? Opposition party.
Okay.
Even the governor of the state or president of the country is the grand patron of the industry sector.
Okay.
So, like Osun State now, Governor Adeleke is our grand patron. We want the best for his administration. We will advise. We will guide. He has the final decision to take. We will advocate that this is the way of doing things. This is the way to do it in a polite way. So it is not left for government to act on it. We are not union like a labor union. No, we are not. Even we have in our organization, they have union too. So the laborers too, of course, when your company is doing well, when your company is having this subsidy and is able to continue with the production without increasing the prices of product and the rest, generally it will balance the economy. The demand for increment in salary is not the way out.
Okay.
I tell you.
So what's the way out?
The reason why I say it's not the way out is because the prices have gone up. So salary will now go to 200,000. So in the next 2 years or 3 years, then this one will also go up. Then we become one of the countries in Southern Africa where 1,000, they call their own dollar too, cannot buy pure water. And that's what will happen. See the inflation, the way it's growing up. The best way is to maximize our resources in Nigeria. Resources given to us by God. They are now coming from Asian country, they are coming from Western world to Africa to tap your resources. We need to go back to that. Increase our production. Increase it. Whatever that our land can grow, let's grow it. In fact, is it difficult to make a law that whatever you eat here must be produced there? Eat what we grow here. When the issue of rice came up, see what happened? We become the largest, the second or third largest in the world.
But that did not reduce the price.
And self-sufficiency.
The reason is that how many companies invested into that business. When you this is what help you to bring down the price. If I'm the only one doing it, what do you expect? I will enjoy that monopoly power. So if I do it, you do it, you do it, you do it, all of us will be finding every possible means to reduce cost.
Exactly.
Then, if I begin to patronize your own, me, I will feel like I want people to come and patronize my own. No. Me, I will now do something to reduce price. So that's the way it goes. All those rice that we had, how many of them were produced from this region? They were produced from up there now. So we need to go into that. When was the last time that you had tomatoes produced, grown from this side? You know, now when you see our tomatoes, the shape is different from the one we eat. So what happened? Today they are now taking our ewuro bitter leaf, they take it to US to produce capsule and they bring it back here. Our university can do research. Our pharmacologists, where are they?
Okay, that reminds me, insecurity remains a challenge towards productivity in the country, especially in agriculture. To ensure food sufficiency, what is the way forward? Many have fled their farms as a result of all these insecurity issues.
Yeah, this question is, I would say, it is relevant to Nigeria and also part of the southwest Nigeria. But at the same time, if you will notice that the issue of security is more rampant in northern parts of Nigeria compared with this side. But all the same, if you are not secure, if there is no security, there is no way you have peace of mind to do your farming job. Therefore, the security of our people starts from intelligence gathering. In that community, you know yourself now. If you see anyone, if you have strange people, if you know that this person, what he does, or report that person, find out who is he, who is she, what is he doing there. Then report to appropriate quarter. That is why we have ballets, we have chiefs, we have obas. They are the custodian of those areas. Report to them. So from there, we were able to secure our environment.
Thank you so much for attending the perspective.
Yes,
before we go, just within some seconds, I want you to answer, tell us your thoughts about the call for single currency in the West African sub-region.
It's good. It's a way to go. If we have a single currency, now that we have the AFTA, the Africa Continental Free Trade Zone Agreement, if I go to Ghana to buy things, there will be no barrier. There will be no need for me to change my naira to cedis. There will be no need for me to change my naira to South African and other African countries when we are using single currency. We can learn from Europe. Most of the countries in Europe spend, what do you call it, euro. That's the currency they use. UK, Switzerland, and few of them, they are the ones using different currency. And they protect it. So similar thing can happen here, especially in this West Africa, if we can adopt that and we are also sincere about it. Yes.
All right.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. This is the convenient point of the program. We want to especially thank our guest for coming on the program.
Dr. Olu Olujide, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for coming on the program.
Thank you.
Okay, I am Adibari. Until next Sunday when we bring another fresh edition. I say stay blessed.
And my name is Olu Olujide. Enjoy your day.
And the executive producer is
Akinola
Akola Owolabi.
Bye-bye.